All right. Hello, everyone. Hello. Who's out there for us in Facebook land and all the wonderful places that we're releasing this video to? You know, one reason that I obeyed the call to become a coach and guide, thought leader, well, someone told me that, Patrenia, if you don't help the people that you are called to help, then you are depriving people of a solution that they deserve. Do you want to be depriving people and keeping them from, right, their purpose, keeping them from that position, keep them from that significance, keep them from, they're going to, so many people going to jobs every day that they absolutely hate, is eating their spirit. And they don't know how to move to the next level. They just know that they're not where they want to be. But you've got some people know exactly where they want to be, but all they see are obstacles to get there. My call to become a coach and stay in this space and grow in this space was that I have cleared a lot of those landmines. How about you, Gladys? Both of us from a corporate perspective.
Yes, honey. It's about turning obstacles into innovations. It's about managing your pain, turning your vision into reality, risks into rewards. It's not about keeping it conceptually and theoretical up here, but it's about bringing it into reality and actually
Exactly.
doing what it is that you were called to do.
Do the darn thing. And what is it that people who have the most failures are the people who try the most and generally have more successes, because it's in the trying that you get the practice. But a lot of times people say, I can do it on my own, and they just keep on repeating the same mistakes. What do you have to say about, finding help and knowing how to get to the next level?
Well, we don't live on an island. And we're in this globally competitive, complex, ever-changing environment. It's constant change that is going on. And within that change, there are all of these signals that we're getting, these internal signals of frustration and anxieties and fears
Yeah.
and sadness, joy and happiness as well, that we want to bring more of that in. And so,
Yeah.
or external signals, what's happened with the public health or the economic situation and what's happening with inflation. So the world is so complex and ever changing. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
your thinking is like this if you're just by yourself.
Yeah.
But unless you open up your perspective to be able to see openly like this, then
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to accomplish what you are purposed to accomplish because you're so focused on here and you're
Exactly.
doing it by
Exactly.
yourself. And this is going
Mm-hmm.
to get you frustrated. And then you're going to get all tight like this because you're scared to death
Yep. And
that
you're
you're
gonna
not
keep
going to be
on drinking
successful.
because
Yeah, it's a
you don't want to
spiral.
share. Yes, you don't want to. It's a downward spiral that you're going down. Your emotions are getting negative. The more negative you get, the further down you go. And that negative emotion is coming from negative thoughts about yourself. So part of what we want to share with you today is that we have an event coming up that's really part of the solution, and we want to be part of that solution for you. The solution, I talk about solution. The solution is packaged as a Mojo Heroes Summit 2022. And let me just explain. Mojo is just short for more joy. It's a well-being model. It is about understanding how, a lot of people think money will make them happy, but one thing about money, you quickly adapt to that level, right? And it often doesn't bring fulfillment. So having elements in your life really figured out, the let me say, for the Mojo model in our pillars, if you could have your mind right, and that mind right is about the mindset for positive possibilities, where you are understanding where you have blinders in place, understanding what you've been domesticated into, what agreements you've made that maybe you're not even aware of. So in order to be in a healthy mind space is to build the awareness. The body is all about what is the sleep, it's about the diet, it's about the movement. There is no wealth without health. So what are the things I need to do to optimize my body? My soul is about my spiritual intelligence. How do I know how to tap in and hear from the universe, hear from God, so that I can move? And connection, connecting up with people, the relationships, just like we were talking about, you working with a coach or having a community that lifts you up. And then intention is actually getting the darn thing done. This is about accomplishing. So it's not just about joy, I feel happy in the moment. No, this is about sustaining and fulfilling and being authentic and knowing your strengths. These are the 5 pillars of the More Joy lifestyle. How do you measure up? Gladys is going to be speaking at the event on May 6th and 7th. She's actually going to be on day 2. And she's going to take us through a mini masterclass on mindset and how we manage the mind. Can you give us a little taste of that today?
Yes, I would be happy to. And thank you for having me. I am so excited about the summit that's coming up in what, about a week or so. So
Yes,
thank you
yes.
again for inviting me, and I hope to see all of you all there. And I'm hoping that you're going to invest in yourself, because the most important person on this earth is you. And so, yes, what is mindset about? It's just the most critical thing in the world. You can have all the skill in the world, all the technical skill in the world with whatever it is that you're doing in your business and in your career. But if your mind is not right, if you don't believe that you're capable, if you don't believe that you're worthy, if you don't believe that you're enough, then you're not going to be able to accomplish the fullness of that promise, the fullness of your talents and your skills and your abilities, because you
Exactly.
don't
You're
believe
blocking
that you can
yourself.
do it. So it's your belief system, which really comes from your whole life experiences of what you've done and what people have said to you, what you've agreed with what they have said about you and to you as well. And all of that has formed this belief system within you. And it's not just a belief, it's not just a thought, but those thoughts and those beliefs become behaviors,
Yes,
become
yes.
reactions to.
Mm-hmm,
It
mm-hmm.
gets you speaking something that maybe you shouldn't speak because you're not in that right mindset.
Yeah,
And
and
so
it,
you're
and
going to
it
speak and
triples.
behave and act in a
Mm-hmm,
way that is detrimental to you and not
mm-hmm.
opportunistic for you. That's why
Exactly.
it's so important that you get your mind right. So at the summit in this session, I'm talking about how to get your mind right so that you can have what it is that you want in your life, in your business, or in your career.
Yeah, yeah. You know, a lot of people think that when a negative thought comes, they're forced to think it. So just the awareness that we have a choice to choose another thought. When it rains outside, the circumstance is the rain. And you could easily think, oh, traffic's going to be bad. It's going to be a gloomy day. That's one thought. You could let that thought go and choose another one and say, my plants are really going to get a lot of the water that they need today. From choosing a different thought, you open up a whole new door sequence of events for yourself, right? Because your thoughts are then how you feel, they indicate how you feel, and we don't take any actions without first having emotion. Because we can think something all day long, but if we don't move into action about it, have a feeling about it, that action then leads to a result, and that result then makes a difference in how our circumstances are.
Yeah.
So when we continue to get results that don't, take us where we want to go, that's how we get that downward spiral. So you're going to be taking us through mind viruses, and I want you
Mindset
to
of limitations and what that means, and all of that. Why we think so negatively all the time, because it's human nature for us to do that. And that's why it's so important to be intentional, and as you call it, mojo intentional, to say we're going to
exactly.
switch. So we're not victims. No one is a victim. And Patrenia gave you an example of, I'm a victim because it's raining outside and woe is me, versus I'm not a victim. I'm going to be victorious because there's going to be some good things coming from this rain. So
I love
we're
it.
not a victim unless you choose to be a victim. And so we're
I
going to
love
be
it.
showing you solutions of making sure you understand that you are not a victim. Life is not happening to you, it is happening for you. That within change and obstacles, there's opportunity, and you can seize those opportunities just because you switch that mindset like Patrina talked about.
I love it because, you know, at the end of the day, you can live in victory or you can live in victimy.
Yeah,
You want
yeah.
to reside. So, what I want you to know is if you go to www.patriniaspeaks.com and you hit slash mojo-summit, then you will be able to register. And I want you to register early because we're going to be sending out some goodies to people who are registered. And what I want you to realize that from a solution perspective and what is this experience going to be all about, I want you to see that we've got heroes that are through their life stories going to share and allow you to see they were in valleys and they were able to come up. From Nellie's comeback story from depression, from Balladay's story of drawing boundaries, from Colin's story of being a trade ambassador in Africa and, you know, helping, agricultural businesses get off the ground and being that light carrier. And John Oman, who's a pioneer in real estate and property technology. If you want to know the price and not have your your budget hijacked, how do you know that you're paying the right price for construction items? Well, John stepped into that and it's unlocked it. And he'll be telling the story of how he launched his business and how they've been able to, award after award, solving problems. And there were valleys on that journey. Oftentimes we just see people at the summit, but we're going to be talking about the valley so that you can see yourself climbing out of a valley. Our Mojo speakers on the bottom are going to be taking us through Dr. Sherry Lufton of Reset with Reverend, I keep on calling her doctor. I told her that I'm speaking into her prophecy, but she's Reverend Sherry Lufton with the TCP network. She's a grief expert, and she's going to be taking us through how to reset. So it's about soul and experience. Dr. Patrick Ijureri is going to be talking about the body, and Gladys and Patrick will be working side by side. You'll get to choose their breakout sessions to go into. Amaka is she's a confidence coach and the host on DSTV's Roundtable with Housewives. And that's my good self there, smiling at you. And on the bottom right is Saw Essien Nelson. She's going to be our keynote. She's going to take us through how do you turn pain into purpose. So come and hear about those stories. We have wonderful sponsors, and we're just going to have a wonderful time giving flowers while they live. We're honoring our superheroes, and we're learning from our pillar talkers who will be taking us through master classes in each of the pillars. I'll be taking intention. So don't miss out. www.patriniaspeaks.com/mojo-summit. Walk in victory, not in victimy. All right. Thank you very much. And good day. Gladys? Say
Thank
bye-bye.
you. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing you again and all of you all again as well next week. Hopefully you will join my session to get your mind right so that you
Get
can
your
do the
mind right.
things that you want to do in your life because you
All
deserve it.
right. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Take care.